Hey guys, it's Katie with S&B, and today we're going to install the Charge Air Cooler Outlet Pipe Kit for the 11 to 16 Powerstroke. Before you begin, you're going to want to make sure that the ignition is turned off, the parking brake is set, and the engine has cooled down. Start by loosening the hose clamp closest to the intercooler. Using a pick, you're going to lift the spring clip and work all the way around, and then you're going to push it back towards the throttle assembly. Once the clip is fully removed, you can then pull back and remove this portion of the tube from the vehicle. Carefully remove the spring clip from the throttle assembly and then save it for later. Unclip the IAT sensor from the lower portion of the tube. This is going to be kind of hard to see, but using a panel popper, you're going to remove the harness retainer from the lower portion of the pipe. So this is what it looks like, and you're just going to move it out of the way. Using a long extension, you're going to loosen the hose clamp on the lower pipe. Now you can remove the lower plastic pipe from the vehicle. We're going to remove the air temperature sensor by taking a small screwdriver and lifting the tab over the ramp, and then you're going to twist and pull it out. You're going to install the air temperature sensor onto the S&B hard pipe, and you're going to put the tab in front of the start of the ramp, and then you're going to push it over until it locks. When installing the spring clip, you want to make sure that the opening is by the S&B logo, and it's also easiest if you start on one side and then work your way around. We need to install this into the S&B hard pipe, but first you're going to take some clean engine oil and you're going to work your way around while stretching it out so it fits snugly inside. After you install the O-ring, you're just going to want to make sure that it's not loose, and if it is, you'll just take it back out and stretch it some more. When installing the S&B hard pipe, you're going to want to make sure that it's curved up because it's going to make it easier to rotate. Also, putting a thin layer of clean diesel engine oil on the O-ring and on the throttle assembly will make it easier as well. You're going to want to make sure that you hear that click sound, and that's going to let you know that the spring clip is fully engaged. Remove the screw that secures the power steering reservoir to the vehicle. Set the screw aside, and then remove the power steering reservoir out from the slot and then off to the side to give us more room for installation. Remove the corrugated sleeve that's secured to the large tube coming out of the power steering reservoir. Remove the corrugated sleeve that's attached to the large pipe coming out of the power steering reservoir. Next, you're going to install the longer sleeve back onto that tube, and you want to make sure that the opening or the slit is facing the fan shroud. After you install the sleeve, you're going to want to make sure that it's up all the way to the hose clamp, and then you want to make sure the hose clamp is also facing the fan shroud. If it doesn't look like this, you can then pinch it and rotate it. Now you're going to install the hose clamps onto the S&B silicone tube. You're going to want to install them exactly as shown here because it's going to make it easier to reach. And then also when you install this into the vehicle, the S&B logo is going to be on the top, and this is going to be installed first. After the silicone tube is installed, you're going to leave both hose clamps loose, and then you're going to lift this up, and then you can start twisting to rotate into place. After you've fully installed the hard pipe into the silicone tube, you're then going to put back the power steering reservoir in its slot, and then you're going to want to make sure that you have clearance all the way around. So you want to make sure that the silicone tube isn't touching anything or the hard pipe, and then you'll just rotate as necessary to create more clearance. After everything is positioned properly, you're going to want to make sure that the intercooler is fully seated into the bottom of the silicone hose, and then you can go ahead and torque down the hose clamp to 75 inch-pounds. Make sure the hard pipe is fully seated into the silicone, and then you're going to want to double check that the clamp, spring, and nut aren't close to touching anything, and then you're also going to tighten it down to 75 inch-pounds. Reinstall the power steering reservoir bracket screw back into the vehicle. Reinstall the harness onto the air temperature sensor. Secure the temperature harness using zip ties just to keep it out of the way. All right guys, so that's it. Now that the installation is complete, you're just gonna wanna go back and make sure that everything is tightened down. So if you have any questions or you just wanna know more, you can always check it out on our website or give us a call, and I'll see you next time.